morning practice is going to be a 30-minute tight hips and hamstring flexibility routine. This is a functional flexibility to strengthen and open tight hips stretch and mobility routine. The reason that I chose to do this one is that this will be my, third exercise of the day. I got up this morning early, I went to the gym, and I decided to get on the treadmill while I read my Bible and prayed. So I walked 2 miles on the treadmill, and then I got on the bike for about 65 minutes, and I rode a little over 14 miles. So I gave my legs a bit of a workout today. I just jumped right in. I didn't do any stretching or anything like that. So it's always good to stretch. So I thought, let me just come and do this yoga routine before I do go to work. But let me make sure that I incorporate stretching. So this should be good. The yogi that we're following is a new one. Actually, I didn't even realize that. So this channel for yoga is Flex Form by Shan. I have not followed her before, so I don't know what this is going to be like. So do it with me. We'll learn something new from someone new, but it should be good. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Pamela. I am a yoga enthusiast. I'm not a certified yoga instructor, but I do follow certified yoga instructors on YouTube because there's so many that are available. So why not leverage them in my practice? I do love yoga. I've been practicing for about 4.5 years now. So I'm getting to be pretty decent at yoga. I would consider myself intermediate, and with some poses, intermediate to advanced. I love yoga. The benefits of yoga are great. It helps with your building strength, flexibility, mobility, stability, with your balance, which is good for everyone, but especially as you're starting to get older. Yoga actually, I feel like it connects you to your youth. There are some yogis that say, yoga is like the fountain of youth, because the more that you practice, the more that you're able to do things with your body that just kind of came natural to you when you were very small. And I think about it because I have a granddaughter I have twin granddaughters, and they are at the stage where they're about to crawl. And it's funny that they do these things that look like yoga poses. So, one of them, Summer, she'll get kind of on her hands and knees and she'll rock back and forth, but she'll, lift herself up and do like a downward dog, and, she'll do different things. And so all of the little poses that you would do, with your feet and how you sit and everything, those kind of things just become natural because they're so naturally limber. And that's kind of what yoga does for you. It gives you strength, loosens you up, makes you really flexible. So I think that it's great. Also, I like it for kind of the mental health aspects of it too. It's very meditative. Throughout the whole practice, you're focusing on your breathing. You're kind of letting go of whatever's cluttering your mind. So by the end of your practice, you're just free and clear. You've let go of all the things that don't serve you, and you can just kind of focus on positivity and gratitude. Gratitude for being able to get through the practice. It's gratitude for being here, and really just being able to have an appreciation for the here and now. So I like the practice of mindfulness that's a part of yoga as well. So that's why I like it. I encourage everybody to try yoga because there's something for everyone, regardless of your age, regardless of your physical abilities, or limitations. There's something for you, and it's not about keeping up with everybody. It's not about being perfect. It's just about doing something good for you and working with your body in a way that allows you to be the best version of yourself. So I love it. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I always start with a little warm up that I do, I like to be intentional about doing a handstand a day, a back bend a day, a headstand a day. You know, these are things that I do intentionally to help with my balance and stability. Also, working on core strength, um, kind of nurturing the mobility and flexibility in my spine, as well as just getting the blood flowing and improving my circulation intentionally each and every day that I can. I do yoga 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Sunday I do not, because I've been observing the Sabbath, and I find that I wake up on Monday morning so incredibly rested and just full of energy and feeling great. But yeah, so if you want to continue to do yoga with me or do yoga with me, I'm here Monday through Saturday. Most of the times I'm here at 6:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, and 6 a.m. on Sunday. If I don't wake up early enough, sometimes I'm a little later because I try to get my miles in on the bike in the morning as well. So anyway, let me stop rambling. Let's just jump into this practice. I do hope that you'll do it with me. You might need some blocks. I'm not sure. It's just always good to have some kind of yoga aids handy. Blocks, sometimes straps are good to have. Sometimes it's good to have a blanket depending upon what we're doing. You can see I double up on my mat, and that really helps kind of to protect the knees when you're down on the ground. But yeah, let me go ahead and jump into it. It'll take me no more than 3.5 minutes to do my warm up, and then we'll jump right into this 30-minute practice, okay? Thanks for being here. let's jump into it. So this is Flex Form with Shan. Again, this is someone new that I have not practiced with before. This is a functional flexibility to strengthen and open tight hips, a stretch and mobility routine. I hope it's good.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Flex Form session. I am Shan, and today we are doing another hips and hamstrings related flexibility session. Before we get started, if you can grab some sort of belt or long rope-like thing, you can use like a normal belt you have at home, or if you do have anything.
I didn't realize I needed it. Give me just a second. A lot of water this morning. Okay, here we go.
Long, we'll use this at the end of class. So I'll give you time to grab it now and then put it to the side. Getting straight into it, let's start moving our body and then we'll do our mobility, our active stretching, and then going into our pass. Okay, let's start with our shoulders. Let's go up and down. Really try to squeeze to your ears and then push them down until you can feel that stretch. Space from your ears to your shoulders closing and opening. Amazing. Now with our head, I'm going to look side to side. Really trying to push my head to look behind me. Try to keep your posture nice and straight in this position. Amazing. Okay, now ear to shoulder, side to side. Try to keep your shoulders pushing down. And 5, good. Now forward and back, so chin to your chest. And looking up. Keep your posture nice and straight. And 5, cool. Okay, now we'll move into moving our upper body. So I'm going to have my hands behind my head, using my elbows to open my chest, and then also the weight of my hands on the back of my head to allow more stretch. So first, opening. Good, and then curling forward, bending my knees, rounding my upper back. And opening up, looking up to the ceiling. Open your chest and elbows. And 3. 4. And 5. shake it out. Now bringing it down into our hips. So we're going to start just with hip movements. Let's take our feet slightly wider than our hips. Good, pressing our hips to the right side as far as you can. You should feel it start stretching down the side of your hip, pushing them forward, to the left, and then back. Keep your legs locked here, so it's also stretching a little bit of your hamstring, very gently. Good, and 3. I know these feel funny, but it's good just to wake your body up. 4, and 5. Good, change direction, and 1. You can make it as dramatic as you like if you want to lean back really far. Shifting weight from left foot to right foot. 4 and 5. Okay, to make it even more awkward, we're now going to move our pelvis. So I'm going to be tucking my pelvis under. I'm trying to also curl my upper body. Good, and then I'm opening my pelvis, sticking my hips out, locking my legs nice and straight. So pelvis under and pelvis back. Pelvis under and back. Good. 4 and 5. Amazing. Let's shake our legs out. We're going to come down onto the mat now and start warming up our hips more. So doing a little bit more active like mobility, but also just slight, slow strengthening of our hips. So I like to do everything on my right first, then we swap to the left. So I'm going to lay on my right side. Okay, my knees will bend up next to me. I have an option whether I want to be on my elbow or I can fully relax just down onto the floor. Okay, I'm going to be moving this leg around. The goal is to have my hips stacked on top of each other, not falling back onto my glutes. I should be right up on the side of my hip. Okay, all right, let's start. I'm going to be lifting my leg so it's parallel to the one on the floor. Okay, flexing my feet. I'm going to lift my leg up as high as I can until I feel this squeeze here, and then down. Good, up and down. Good, 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, now I'm connecting my feet together. I'm just opening my knees. So the goal is not to fall back onto my glutes. I want one leg stuck to the ground, and then the other one is opening as much as possible. So I'm squeezing from my glute, and I should feel a little bit of a stretch in here already. Okay, and 2 and 3. Takes a bit of focus, this one. 4 and 5. Same concept, but the other direction. Connect your knees, lift your foot up this way. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Squeezing at the top. Good, now lifting our leg again so they're separate. I'm going to bring my knee towards my chest. Keeping my leg at this height, then take it back and try to squeeze my glute to pull it behind me. Good, and 2 and back. 3, back, and 4, back, and 5, back. Great. Okay, now this leg can relax and straighten. I'm now going to do movements up towards my head. So I'm going to be lifting my leg straight towards my shoulder, okay? And then I'm bending my leg and then I'm pushing it back down towards the mat. And then I'm reversing. I'll bend it up, knee towards my shoulder, straight leg, flex my foot, and then draw it down. Okay, so straight, bend, push. Okay, now bend, straight, flex foot, and all the way down. Good, okay, straight, bend, push, and bend, straight, flex foot, pull all the way down. 2 more. Straight, sorry, bend, push, and bend, straight, flex foot, all the way down. Last one. Straight, bend, push, okay, and bend, straight, flex foot, all the way down. Amazing, good. Now 5 kicks, so this was one more with power. Once again, don't fall back, sitting up on our hip. Ready? 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Amazing. This leg now will step in front of us. So I'm pulling it up with my hand to be in front. The other leg is now going to extend down. We're going to take this warm up into our inner thigh of our right leg now. So this one at the bottom, flex my foot so I have tension through my leg. I'm going to be lifting it up as high as possible. Make sure you're still on your hip and down. Good. 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Hold it up, circle backwards. 1 and 2, 3, 4 5. Circle forwards. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. And then little pulses up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing, guys. Okay, let's bring our legs back together. The reason I'm doing such small reps, like only 5 of each, is because we're not here to do a Pilates workout. This is more just to wake our hips up and like start engaging them slightly. So then when we start stretching later, they're already warm. Your body already knows that, okay, this is what we're focusing on today. It can start strengthening, loosening, all the good stuff. So don't worry right now if your leg's not getting all the way up as high as you want it to. The whole goal is we're just moving down our body. Okay, onto our left side. So again, choose your position from the beginning, whether you want to lay down or you can support yourself. Bend our knees up, feet towards glutes. Make sure we're sitting up on our hip, not falling back. First one, we're lifting our leg, flexing our feet, lifting our leg up as high as we can to squeeze here and down. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, now connect our feet, opening our knee. So opening, squeeze your glute. Good, and 2, squeeze. 3, and 4, and 5. Okay, now connect your knees, lifting your foot up, lifting it forward for 1, so like internal rotation of your hip. 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Amazing. Now let's lift our legs so they're hip width apart, knee towards my chest, squeeze my hip flexor at the front, and now sending it back. Now so my glute takes over, squeeze and pull it back. Good, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. 3. Well done. Okay, leg goes straight down along the mat. This time it's leg straight up, bend down, bend straight down. I'll talk through it because it's confusing. Okay, so this time our leg is coming towards our shoulder. So leg goes up, bend, down, and then bend towards, knee towards shoulder, leg up, flex your foot, put extra tension, and then all the way down. Okay, leg goes up, bend, down, bend, up, flex foot, down. Good, 3 more. Up, bend, down, bend, up, flex, all the way down. And up, bend, down, bend, up, flex all the way down. Last one. Up, bend, down, bend, up, flex all the way down. Okay, now into 5 kicks, like we want power. Towards our shoulder, don't fall backwards. Ready? 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Cool. This leg can now come up in front of our hips. Use your hand to pull it in front of you. Okay, our other leg will extend down. Reposition your hip. Now flexing our base leg, our left leg this time, lifting it up as high as possible. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Circles back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and forward. I feel more uncoordinated here. 2, and 3, 4, 5. Good. And now pulses, squeezing up as high as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! Amazing, guys. Okay, let's give a moment just to walk our hips out, see how they're feeling. Let's go from side to side here. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, our body and our hips should be more awake. Now let's move into more strength stuff. Let's go up onto our hands and our feet. This position will be like a transition between an active position and then a bit of a stretch of our hips. So I'll show you from this angle and from the front, but we're going to be up on a high plank. If your wrists can't handle this, you can try to be on knuckles here, or you can go down to elbows. That's okay. Amazing. So let's come into our high plank. I'll start with my right leg. I'm going to take my right leg 90 degrees to the side and then press my hips down. Oh, feels so great. Amazing. And then push our hips back up. So I'm engaging my core and my hip flexor strength and the tension in my left leg. Slide my foot back together. Okay, now left leg out to the side, 90 degrees. Keep your back leg locked, sliding my hips all the way down. When I'm here, if it's comfortable for you, you can try opening your chest. Great, now let's re-engage. So core, hip flexor, leg, pushing up, connect our legs together. Right leg, hip goes down. Good. And left leg, hip goes down. Good, and right. And left. Beautiful. Great. Similar concept, but now we're going to be crossing our leg underneath. I can show from here. So start with our right leg. Right leg goes 90 degrees, but underneath your other leg. This side. Drop your hips down. You should feel this all down the outside of your leg. Good, and then push it back up. Left leg to the right side, 90 degrees. Drop your hips down. And up. Good, 2 more on each side. Leg to the side, drop your hips down. Lifting up. And left. Hips down. Up. Right side. Hips down. And up. Good, and left. Hips down. Ooh. And up. Yay, back onto our knees. So that combines a little bit of a nerve stretch as well. The nerve that runs down the outside of our leg, that one where we crossed. If you have a bit of a tight nerve sort of muscle connection, you'd feel that firing up. I always feel my nerves because my muscles are a lot more flexible than my nerves. Cool, now we're going to do a hip flexor exercise that also involves core. You're welcome. Let's come sitting on our mat. We're going to start in like a little diamond position. Our feet aren't really close to our hips. We want about a hand between our hips and our feet. Okay, I'm going to sit up nice and tall. We'll start with a nice gentle stretch. So I'll be leaning forward, belly towards my feet, leaning this way. Okay, and then I'm going to sit up, have my hands out in front of me, tuck my pelvis under. I'm going to be rolling down onto my spine. So pelvis under, rolling down vertebrae at a time. This is like kind of pushing my knees open for core, core control. Lovely. When I'm here, my hands can go over my head. I'm now pushing my feet into the floor and my knees open so I can lift my hips up. And down. Yay, now for the fun part. Hands back towards our feet. Lift our head and our shoulders. Now we have to come all the way back. Good. And then lift our body tall and leaning forward. Good. Repeat. Hands in front. Tuck your pelvis under. Roll down our spine. Hands overhead. Push your feet into the floor. Lift your hips. Open your knees. High as you can. Good. Connect back down. Hands towards your feet. Lift your head and shoulders. Coming all the way up. Lean forward. Good. Let's do 3 more. Rolling down slow. Hands overhead. Thrust your hips up. Go down, coming up, leaning forward. And rolling down. Thrust your hips up, open your knees. Coming down, hands all the way up, leaning forward. Amazing, last one. Rolling down. Hands overhead, thrust your hips. Good, really pushing your knees open here. Good, rolling down, head and shoulders up, lead with your arms. Core. And leaning, and front. Yay. Coming onto your hands and knees. My right leg will go out to the side, like so. Once again, too hard on your wrists, you can go up to knuckles or down to elbows. Because the focus is on our hips and our legs, so I'm not too worried about what your upper body is doing. Okay, lovely. From here, I'm trying to keep my hips flat in this position, so I'm not sticking my bum up to the side. They are nice and flat. Let's activate with our glutes. So I'm lifting my leg up from the side. Okay, taking it down. Now opening it into an external rotation, squeezing from my glute. Now I'm going to step onto my foot, walk my hands over, and push my left hip towards the floor. Amazing. Walk my hands back into this position. My toes are still facing up. Extend that leg. Now turn it forwards again and repeat. Lifting up and down. Externally rotate, toes to the ceiling. Walk our hands over, push our left hip down. Amazing, and back. Good. Rotate your foot forward, lift your hip, and down. Externally rotate, walk over to your foot, push your hips down. Good, and again, lift your hip, leg, 4. External rotation, walk over to your foot, push your left hip to the floor. Amazing, welcome back. Last one. So lift, down, externally rotate, squeeze it here so your toes are at the ceiling, walking over, push your left hip down. Good, let's take a moment here. If you want more of a challenge, you can go down onto your elbows. This pushes your hips down a little bit lower. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yay. Good, slowly up. Okay, we'll move straight into the other leg. So our left leg will go out to the side now. So again, keep your hips nice and flat. Our leg will lift and down. Now using our glute and our hip, externally rotate, our toes are at the ceiling. Step on that foot, walk our hands over to the left, push our right hip down to the mat. Good, let's come back to the center. Turn your toes facing forward again, and lift. Your toes up, external rotation, walk to your left foot, right hip goes down. Beautiful, coming back to the center. Good, rotate your hip back in and lift. 3. External rotation, walking over. Back to the center, rotate, and 4. Amazing, last one. Lifting for 5. Rotate up, over to the side. Okay, we're holding here, so either on your hands or down onto your elbows. Holding for 5. Holding for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful, guys. Good, let's give our hips a massage. So bring your knees together, hands in front. We're going to just dip our hips from one side to the other. Good, try to connect them to the floor. 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing. Good. Okay, let's come into our final sort of stretch. This will be more of our passive stretch, so where we can really try to find a deep stretching position that will be quite quote unquote painful, but it's more just because we need to relax into it. So we're going to use our belt, so hopefully you have it nearby. If you don't have a belt, you can just use your hand, but any sort of long thing will help us relax. I have my yoga belt in front of me. Okay, we're going to lay on our back. Always starting with our right leg. Okay, I'll keep my left leg bent. My right leg is going to come up towards me. My belt goes behind my foot. I think we've done this before in flex form classes, but it's a really great way of stretching your hamstrings so it's low stress for the rest of your body. And you're also in control of how much stretch or how much stress you want to put your body through. Okay, so I have this belt, hand on either side. I'm using just the weight of my arms to pull my leg down towards me. Okay, the goal here is not to lift our hips up. I want to keep them flat on the floor, both of the side of my pelvis on the floor, my sacrum. Okay, my hands, the weight of my arms are pulling my foot towards me. Doesn't matter if you're up here, totally fine. Good, I'm feeling this moment where I can relax a little bit. Good. Okay, so usually in my classes I do like a resistance and relaxation exercise where we'll be pushing against our band. Today I'm going to do something slightly different. Our leg will stay in the same position, but now instead we're going to lift our head up towards our leg. So I'm lifting my body, engaging like my core, my neck, and my head. Lift my head up towards my leg. Good, because this is core as well. It's kind of taking a little stress away from my hamstring, but my arms are still pulling my leg close to me. Good, okay, then I'm gonna exhale, relax my body back down, and allow my shoulders to fold back towards the mat more. In turn, my foot comes closer to my face. Okay, let's go again, lifting my head towards my leg. Doesn't matter if you're up here, you just lift your upper body towards your leg. And then as you exhale, relax. And allow your shoulders to relax on the mat also. Okay, and 3, lift your head towards your leg. And relax. Good, and 4, head towards leg. Relax. Amazing, last one, head towards leg. And relax. Good. Release your legs so it's directly above your body now. You need to shake it out. Okay, I'm going to now put my right leg is up the belt. I'm going to take it into my right hand. And I'm going to take my leg directly out to the side of my body. So even if you're quite flexible and your leg wants to come higher up to you, I encourage you to go directly 90 degrees down to begin with. Okay, so I'm opening my hip as much as I can down to the side. I have this tension where I'm holding the belts so my leg can stay in a nice position. Okay, I'm now going to extend my other leg down to the floor. Okay, for some people you might already be feeling this stretch. If you're not, start pulling your leg along the floor up towards you. Okay, rather than it coming this way, I want our hips to be open, so both of our glutes are pushing onto the floor, and then you can bring your foot towards your shoulder. Amazing, let's hold this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take it back directly out from your hip, lifting it up above you. Same concept, but take it into your other hand, and we're going directly to the other side. Something to note here, I want us to relax our foot. I'm going to face this way so you can see my foot. I'm going to turn my foot in, so my toes are crossing to my left side, and then I'm going to try to rotate my foot to the side so it's like this funny position. Okay, so rather than it being flexed, I'm going to turn my toes to face the left side and then rotate my foot in. I'm already feeling a stretch down the outside of my ankle, but as we lean to the side, we're going to have a nerve stretch that runs all the way down our leg. Good, as far as you can. This will be more intense because we have that nerve. Remember to relax your foot, toes facing towards the ground. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that has always been so intense for me. Like I said, I have a lot of nerve stretches I need to work on, so the nerve down my leg is still very active, whereas my muscles are very relaxed. So amazing. Let's take it off. Give out like a little hug. We might need to move our ankle a little bit. Shake our leg out. Let's transfer straight onto the other leg. Left leg up. Grabbing our hand on either side of the belt and using the weight of our arms to pull our leg towards our face. Remember, try to have both sit bones on the floor, so we're not lifting our hips. Okay, find the stretch. Okay, so now we're activating our core and our neck, lifting our head up towards our leg. Lift it up, try to touch your head towards your leg. Keep your hips pressing on the floor. Exhale and relax. Allow your shoulders to fold open also. Good, okay, lift up. 2. And relax. Amazing. And 3. And relax. Good, and 4. and 5. Amazing. Relax. Allow your shoulders to open and your legs should come a little bit closer to you. Ooh. Cool. Okay, leg directly above us. We need to shake it out a little bit. We've got our left leg now, so our belt comes into our left hand. We're going to take it directly out to the side, so 90 degrees from our hip, so directly out this way. Good. If your leg does touch the floor, you have the option of bringing your leg towards your shoulder, but otherwise the goal is just to open our leg close to the floor and keep both of our glutes on the mat. Okay, when we get here, let's extend our other leg down, connecting that leg and hip onto the floor, trying to open our legs here. And breathe. Closer to your shoulder if you can. Amazing. And then back to directly out from your hip. Lift it back over your body. Okay, now the position where we're going across. Remember in your foot, I'm going to turn my foot towards my right. So I'm turning just my foot, not my leg. My foot turns in and then drops it down. So I've got this funny, in dancing terms, this is called a sickle of your foot. Okay, the belt comes into my right hand this time. And I'm pulling directly down to my side, using the weight of my arm to lead my foot. Be very gentle, don't just yank your leg to the side. We're not trying to crack our backs or anything. Remember, this might be more intense because we've got that nerve running all the way down the outside of our leg. Good. Drop your toes towards the floor and relax your ankle. Let's hold. Bring our leg back to the middle. Ugh. Good, let's remove our belt. Thank you, belt. We can put that away. Good, let's bring our knees into our chest this time. Roll your ankles out. Good, let's do little circles with our knees so we can massage out our lower back. 2 and 3. Change direction. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, hands reach on the outside of our feet. We're going to open into like happy baby in the yoga world, where our knees come underneath our arms, and we're trying to push our knees down, open our hips. Good. From here, let's rock side to side. Good. I hope you feel some sort of relaxation through your hips and your hamstrings. All the exercises we did today were quite almost nerve focused. Not just your conventional hamstring stretches. So hopefully tomorrow you're feeling great. Good. Okay, let's bring our knees back together. We're going to do one last movement to get ourselves back to feet. We're going to take our feet over our head. One last hamstring stretch. Also a little bonus for our neck and upper back. So hands next to your glutes. Let's swing our legs over our head. Touch the ground. Let's stay here for 5 and 4. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now rolling all the way up to sit. Yay! Cool. I encourage you to stay on the mat longer if you need a little bit more time to relax out. But I hope you loved all the exercises today. All of this training that we do in this functional flexibility classes, when you do them together with my splits classes, my hamstring classes, my upper back classes, they all work together. So you can have like all round, all body mobility, and we can be as healthy and as free moving as possible, and we can age gracefully.
Alrighty, that was good. It was different, but I liked it. I'm pretty flexible, so I love anything that works on flexibility, but that was different. She said it was working on kind of nerves, so I never really paid attention to the nerve that runs you know, like from here all the way down to your toes. So, you know, when I was on my back and I'm taking one foot over like this way, I could feel that. It's like, ooh, that is intense. But I did it. All in all, another good practice. My body is feeling good. Well, it is 7:10 and I need to catch a train, so let me jump off of here, go take a shower, get dressed, and get myself up and out of here. Hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.